All right, so in today's video, we are going to be watching a Silver Ana, and yeah, I'll just read off the description here. Keep in mind, I am reading this word for word, well, most of it word for word, starting off with this sentence. This is not me going with this right here. All right, so this match was sure a thing. Besides, I play a lot of Kiriko on support. I like Ana's playstyle and thought this map could work pretty well, so I tried to do my best. My team did a fairly good first round, even when we lost a lot of time, sometimes because my DPS kept going out of position, but we made it to third point. Then the enemy team started flaming their tank. While my team got cocky and started playing randomly, switching like this was mystery heroes. The enemy team organized, and I could not keep our team alive while doing damage. 10,000 damage and 15,000 healing. And create a different scenario. In the end, we reached overtime, and a surprise happened. Did we win or lose? Find out. I know I could switch, but I felt that it was not the real problem, and I was having fun dueling the Sombra sometimes. So I just want to understand this. You said you don't think it was. You said you thought you wanted to switch, but you didn't want to switch because you were having fun dueling the Sombra. So you don't think it was on you. That's a very interesting way to go about that. I went down from gold to silver, and now I'm ranking up again. I want to improve and get better. So any advice is, of course, very welcome. This is interesting because you said. You start off with going, yeah, I didn't switch. Also, I was dueling their Sombra the whole time, and it was fun. So I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen on this one. I guess we'll find out. Here we go. Are you trying to shoot at the arrow there, or... Yeah, that's pretty much what I expect from Sombra gameplay sometimes now. Okay, here we go. Don't you love when you go for a long-range Ana grenade and then it hits your teammates behind you? But at the same time, it means you actually healed your teammates? So far, you're paying attention to your teammates' HP, which is a good sign. You have 30 HP on that nade. I like aggressive Ana grenades, but be careful of your HP. Yeah, I wish the replay codes would defaulted to, like, what, blue? So you would know, like, who's the enemy or, like, who you're watching. Your Zarya's out of position a little bit, but you'll be fine. Keep working on your positioning. Okay, so far, so good. So far, this has been pretty good. I see you're learning Ana grenades from me. Just throw them randomly, hoping for the best. Now, what's going to happen to your teammates during this duel? Huh. This is an interesting one, because I feel like you spent too much time chasing that Sombra. Like... I don't mind you, like, trying to make the Sombra, you know, not make a play, but I feel like chasing the Sombra is a little bit of a problem at that point because you're going so far to chase them, and, like, that's when they're going to roll your team. Like, you're going, oh, I'm helping out here. He says non-stop jumping as Ana? I mean, yeah, because, I mean, I do the same thing. I like to hit buttons. That's it. I do it because I like to hit buttons. Yeah, that was exactly what I talk about with tunnel vision. You just, like, hard focus on the... You just hard focus on the Sombra, and then that's that. And like, it's okay to heal a bit on them, right? But to chase them into a hallway behind a wall, that's when your teammates fall over, right? Like, turning around right now, you know, shooting at the Sombra a little bit. This is going to be fine for a second. Now look forward. See? Good. But you see your Zarya's HP and how they can't make a play now because you have to do that. Granted, you did have to turn around there. But my point is like, don't spend the whole time trying to chase the Sombra. Now you go, wow, they took so much damage there. That's a good grab. All right, not bad. Just keep in mind that every time you turn around and look away from your teammate, that's what can happen. A little bit aggressive on your positioning, but I'm fine with it. No issues with that. Is that Ana chasing your Mercy, but nobody's reacting? Yeah. See, I recognize these Ana grenades. This is how I play Ana. I just throw random grenades and hope for the best. Is it the correct play? No. A lot of the time, but it's fun. And I think that's what matters, right? You know what I mean? I think that's what matters. It's fun. You always chase the Sombra? Yeah, I try not to as much as I can. That cart's moving real fast right now. So at a certain point, I want you to, like, recognize that the cart isn't being pushed, because I'm telling you right now, when your team is, like, steamrolling them, not steamrolling them, but able to push them back as much as you can, and you're not getting that cart time during that, you're making it more difficult, like, in general on your team, and you're going to be the one that's going to be on the cart sometimes there. Your Mercy's pocketing the aggressive DPS, you're healing the tank, and then you got rolled by Sombra. Arevis, thanks for the free deposit. Thank you, appreciate it. But yeah, I feel like that is something that you can just pay, even if you're like just a little bit off the cart, like just back up 2 feet, and then your cart's pushing the whole time. Cart's a little bit further. It's a harder retake for the other team. That was certainly an EMP the Sombra went with. Now you're sleeping the stairs, making sure they're sturdy. Those are sturdy stairs, which is good to see. Gotta heal your Junkrat at some point. Remember, the nade doesn't heal for as much as it used to, so, like, you gotta check on your Junkrat's HP again soon. Otherwise, they're gonna fall over. Because they've nerfed the nade quite a bit. That Junkrat is at 5 HP. At no point have you decided to heal this Junkrat until they walk in front of you. There you go. You can probably nano the Echo here if you want to, but also nano the Zarya because they're getting close to the Relt. I would probably nano the Echo if you're gonna nano anybody. That's the Zarya with about 40 charge. Should work, though. Good on a grenade. I would pay attention to where your teammates are. Hide for 1 second to stay alive so the Bastion doesn't get you with a random grenade that somehow will always do massive amounts of damage to you, even if you're far away or bounce off a wall and you fall over and go, how did that happen? Not a bad second point. It's oddly specific on the Bastion grenade, because that's what happens all the time when I go up against Bastion. DPS in here is fine. Your teammates are not going to really be able to engage them for a little bit because on third point, Hibana has really long sight lines. Those sight lines are the reason why when you play Hibana, Widows dominate, because there's a lot of times where a lot of heroes can't do anything during this time. You have to kind of wait for the card to get underneath that choke. Keep in mind, if like your teammate's playing Sigma, it's okay for them to play on the backside of third point here. I like how Mercy's just floating down there. You said their sensitivity is too high. So, talking about sensitivity very quickly for a second. I try not to, like, focus too hard on sensitivity sometimes when we're watching VODs, because I've always talked about how, in my opinion, sensitivity and, like, your controls are generally preference. I'm not saying that you should play on 70 billion DPI on 400 sensitivity, but, like, a lot of the time it is preference, and sometimes people just like to play in high sense, sometimes people play on low sense, and I'm not, like... if they watch the VOD and they go, oh, my sensitivity seems pretty high, then that's where they'll kind of be able to, like, make that choice. But I find that, I mean, I play in a high sense. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Be careful of peeking that window. You'll get one shot at the correct angle. That's a good grab. That's fine that you're dodging the ultimate. Yeah, that's a fine honor grenade for me.
Not me missing the stream yesterday cause I couldn't think of anything clever for the TTS.
Hot Turkey, thanks for the 5 months of tier. Thank you, appreciate it. It happens. Nice shot there on the Echo. I mean, so far, I would say your Ana gameplay has been fine outside of when you decided you want to chase the Sombra across the map. Like, I feel like that was a bit of an issue. Good position, by the way. This is solid position, and I like what you're doing here. That was a grenade that missed, but I get what you're going for. I do like your position in here. I think this is solid. Playing further back, remember, the further back you play as Ana here, the harder it is for the other team to be able to get you during that, and they have to overcommit or cooldowns to even get to you. So, like, this is what I would say this is really solid positioning. You could even go further back to get rid of one of the line of sights of the doorways, but I'm okay that you're, like, understanding the idea and the concept of good positioning. That was an Ana grenade that we just watched. That was a good sleep that you definitely meant to get. There's no way your team loses this, right? Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, there's no way your team loses. Right? No, I mean, yeah, your team wins this. 100%. Right? Right? Okay, that felt like that was like a minute plus on those timings. Now, I do want to point out right there, by the way, like, that right there is a perfect example of when I talk about good positioning and what it can do. So, let me just, like, skip ahead here for a second, and we'll... Okay, so, like, that right there, though, is exactly what I'm referencing when I talk about positioning. If you want to know what it, like, when I talk about positioning in videos all the time, you see how the Ana was in a spot where they could never get to the Ana? That is what I mean by good positioning. If you're playing close there, guarantee you lose that team fight because they can't get to you, right? And that's what I mean when I reference really good positioning and why it's so key to be able to have that position. And that right there was a solid example of good positioning, right? And you said there was some missed shots there and all that, which, yeah, but guess what? Had good positioning, so even when you miss shots, you can still make up for it by just being in a good position. That's why I always focus on letting people know, like, have good positioning and you'll see good results. You don't have to worry about anything there at that point. You just have to worry about just healing your teammates. They're not going to be able to get to you. Be careful if they have a Widow here at this angle. Okay, they went Roadhog now. Okay, so what's the problem here? What is the problem here? You see how your Widow's at that low HP? From your point of view, you might be like, oh, they'll be fine. There's a Widow on the other team. All that Widow needs to do is hit him in the foot, and they're falling over, okay? So, like, that is one thing where I'm saying you start to tunnel vision sometimes when you want to DPS somebody, and you talk about how, oh, you have 10,000 damage and 15,000 heal, and sometimes it's okay to have 9,000 healing and 9,000 damage and 16,000 healing if it means that you're not going to tunnel vision somebody like that, right? Like, doing damage is good, but at the same time, it's, oh, like, your Widow is gonna... Okay, let me think of a way to explain this. From your point of view, the Widow's fine because they're not getting killed, but, like, when you have low HP on any hero, you aren't able to make the plays you want to make or do anything. So when you leave them at that low HP the whole time, they can't do anything, right? They can't peek the way they want to. Right? Now they have full HP and they can peek the way they want to. I like that Roadhog just standing there waiting for the perfect hook. I was just sitting there waiting. Like, the damage is good, and support's doing damage now is a huge part. It's more along the lines of, like, finding the correct timings is what you want to do. Also, your positioning now, you decided to jump off the high ground where you had a numbers advantage, and then that's what I talked about positioning. That right there is now the example of bad positioning, right? Now your teammates are forced to res you. You're going to survive it. Yeah, you get away, but, like, that was bad positioning. You see what I'm saying? That is bad positioning. Got hooked? Wait. Oh, hook from the high ground. Let's say. Okay, my bad. You talking about right here? Let me see something here. Oh, right here. Yes. But. See, this even proves the point even more. Okay, chat's like, no, not bad positioning. Chat, they see a Roadhog down here, and they're scoped in trying to DPS a hog on the edge of the side right here. Is that good position or bad positioning? They didn't jump down, though. You're right. You are right on that one. You see what I mean? That's bad positioning. Now, chat, you're going to watch me play a rank game, and I'm going to get hooked the exact same way. And you know what I'm going to say to that? That was bad positioning, but it was fun. Keep in mind, chat, when I talk about, like, that positioning right there, I will do the exact same thing. The best thing you can do in Overwatch is just minimize how much you're doing that. You know? We're all going to have bad positioning sometimes. We're all going to, you know, make a play like that, but it's how much you minimize how much you do that. See what I'm saying? I'm going to say I'm a tank? Exactly. This is better positioning, by the way, for now. Like, right now, this is better positioning. This right here is better positioning. Now, I would probably refocus on not doing this exactly what you're doing right here. Okay, now, chat, this has become bad positioning for a second. And now it's become better positioning again. So, right there, you talked about how you didn't think you were doing, like, much wrong or anything wrong in this game. And now you're typing to your teammates to let them know they need to find health packs. Like, you basically spent... You started to focus on DPS and way too early sometimes. Like, I always say... And don't get me wrong, you can DPS as support. I know it's a play style that can go very well. But it's all... like, try to scan for, like, healing your teammates up a little bit. Keep them at a pretty good HP and then go for those plays. You can still maximize your damage output with also giving your teammates the option with, like... You want to... This is an example I've made before. You want to enable your teammates, because if you enable your teammates, you will also pop off in return. Right? Like, if you enable your teammates, you also will pop off. Like, if your tank is alive, you can sit there and DPS all day long. All day long. So. Alright, keep your Rein up. Let me ask you a question. Well, I'm actually curious in this one here. So right there, right? This is something I want to talk about, that one right there. So, like, right there, you left your Reinhardt to go and get staggered. In my opinion, you just commit there, get the extra 5% ult charge, and then go back in. You're not going to get away there. They're going to get you, so you're better off just getting that ult charge that you can get and not stagger yourself. In my opinion. Now, hear me out. That might change a little bit if they ever apply the new quick play rules. So let's say they decide to apply the new quick play rules, right? To ranked one day. Then that decision-making can change a little bit because you're going to be on a spawn wave if you die within 5 seconds of your teammate. But that isn't currently in ranked, and there's no idea if they're going to implement that or not into ranked. So as of right now, it's better to go die with your teammate there rather than try to get out and stagger yourself a few seconds, because then the timings are off. So, for anybody wondering what the new quick play thing is basically what happens is if you die within 5 seconds of your teammate, you'll be put on a spawn wave with your teammate, rather than like whatever your new spawn timer would be. So sometimes you'll spawn in 5 seconds if your teammate has that much time left on the spawn timer, right? It basically creates it creates like almost a wave spawn rather than like everybody has a different spawn. I haven't played enough of it in quick play to really give you like a definitive like how I feel on it, but it seems pretty cool. It seems pretty cool. So what are you doing right now? What is going on here? What's the play? Okay, so just my understanding here. You have a Reinhardt up here with a Moira. It's 3v5. Yeah, that's fine. You have the ability to sit up on the high ground, play more position, and nano your Reinhardt and make a play. You decide to run down to the card to try to 1v1 a Reaper. And you said you don't think it was anything you did this game that didn't allow for you to win team fights, but guess what? Here's something I'm going to let you know on. Sometimes, even if it's 4v5, heck, even if it's 3v5, you can still win these games. 100% can still win these games, just so you know. Without a doubt. That's a winnable fight. And you just went down to the card. Keep in mind, like, the mechanics, like, overall has not been bad. But this is why I'm trying to, like, just showcase the focus and the importance of where you're having good position and where you're having bad positioning. And why, like, it's not bad to DPS and support at times, right? More along the lines of, like, kind of scan the area, keep your teammates alive, play smart. Again, this is good positioning for now, as long as you don't keep over-peeking it, right? I think you're in a spot where you didn't know where you wanted to go. You've now become indecisive, and now your Zarya's going to fall over on point in a second. Yeah. And you had opportunity to keep your Zarya alive there, too. See what I mean? Like, these are situations where you're getting into a scenario where you're like, okay, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? And then you just get lost. And I do want to reiterate, this happens to me sometimes, too. You want to do something, but then you almost become like indecisive about what you want to do, and rather than commit to one of the decisions you're going to do, you end up just trying to make 4 decisions at once, and you end up right back where you were. Happens to me. I will die, and it will happen to me in top 500 on tank. I will do that sometimes. So like it's okay that happens. You just understanding that. Good life grip by your teammate. That Moira orb. Did that Moira orb just bounce back and almost get you again? Where do you want to position? That's a Reaper. Good ping. Good job pinging. Ping again, though, by the way. Like, try to ping them, like, as the hero, too. Right there. Perfect job. Good ping. You're fine now in your positioning. The other team doesn't have a Widow, so you're fine. You don't even have to, like, worry about sights. That cart is sleeping now. That's why it's not moving. Good job there. They'll sleep the cart for a few seconds. Banana grenade. Reaper should be next to you soon. Yep, saw that coming. Alright, just to, like, talk about this very quickly. Like, you knew this Reaper was here, right? You could hear the Reaper, you saw the Reaper. Like, you knew the Reaper was there. That was something that you knew. Just move over a little bit to the left. Just move away. You staying in the middle of the open there is only benefiting the Reaper there. If your teammates go out of position on you, that's how it's going to be at that point. But you knew they were there, and you stayed close. Did they miss on the sleep? We all miss our sleeps, Zana, sometimes. Meanwhile, one person chat's like, I don't miss my sleeps. I have a 98.5% accuracy. What are you talking about? The reason why a lot of the sleeps are missing is they're also just completely random. Like, there's no, like, patience with the sleeps. It's just I'm going to throw my sleep out the moment I have it and hope that it hits in the general direction. Uh-oh. Not bad. That was certainly an Ana grenade that you threw. That was certainly in a location on the map. I'm telling you, I think if you would really benefit from, like, really good target priority from both your teammates and the other one. Am I gonna vlog my adventures during my trip, like on BlizzCon? Yeah, I plan on doing a vlog for BlizzCon. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be like my first vlog, so I'm not really sure how to go about it or what I'm gonna do, but I will do my best to give you an entertaining vlog. All right, I will do my best. This is Silver. All right, like, right away, and this is going back to what you had referenced in, like, your description. This is what you referenced in your description. Basically, you said you didn't think really anything was on you, and, like, you just had fun dueling the DPS. Like, you're half the time you're just, like, focused on trying to get that DPS output out without, like, your teammates' HP. And I think you can still manage the same amount of DPS with your teammates being alive. Like, I don't even think you get to, like, the third point of this if you're just kind of not focused on 4 things and then just default into going to try to 1v1 somebody. I feel like you're doing that all the time. Did I test the phone mic that I got? Yes, I did. Yep. Sounds good. Yep. You're just so focused on DPSing, or that, like, their DPS and 1v1s, that you leave your teammates susceptible to everything else there. At least in my opinion. Yeah, if you go to, like, career profiles, you'll be under replays. Like, your teammate right now, high ground. Like, look at their HP for a second. Like, what in the world is going on right now? First of all, how are you still alive right there? Second of all, what is going on? Play position in here. Play position in here. Just play position. Heal your teammates up. Heal your teammates up. Good job. You have 3 teammates on cart right now. You do not need to stack the cart. Just keep playing back. Keep playing back. Okay. You know what? Listen, I'm gonna pause it right here for one more second. One thing I really want you to focus on as you keep playing Ana, please be more patient with your grenades and your sleeps. Also, one of their teammates lagged out. Please be more patient with, like, one of the teammates lagged out. Oh, no. Be patient with those. You're just throwing them randomly half the time, and sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. I'm telling you right now, if you just take an extra second to line them up or, like, be patient with them, you're going to be fine. But you're just basically hitting the button at this point. You're not even aiming there. Yeah, they have a DC right now. Nice sleep. Okay. Don't just throw your Ana grenade at them. Just shoot and throw the grenade melee all at once. They're just gonna fall over. So yeah, exactly. You shoot, you nade, you melee. That Sombra isn't even getting out of there. Like they will not get out of there. So you got to be careful with that. All right. Obviously, you get the elim there, but there's no guarantee that you're gonna get that. Nano your Bastion. Good Nano. Good Nano choice. Focus on your Zarya now. Focus on your Zarya. Focus on your Zarya. Focus on your Zarya. Please, please, please. Your Zarya's gonna be the one that's taking the majority of the damage. You're not gonna go after a Nano Bastion. If they do, your Bastion will roll them. Focus on your Zarya for now. Focus on the Zarya. Please, please. Please focus on your Zarya. I mean, now you can't focus on your Zarya, but before that, like, I wanted you to focus on Zarya. You might win this still. You might actually win that. I was going to say, your Zarya has grab. You have to remember right now, you're down a DPS, so, like, your Bastion was going to be fine. Your Bastion was going to be fine with the Nano. You just hard keep that Zarya up. Here we go. Good job. Random honor grenade again. We're going to talk about those again. Don't do the random honor grenades like that. Meanwhile, you'll watch me play Ana and I'll throw random honor grenades, but that's because I like hitting buttons. Is your team gonna clutch this again? Wait. Yo, do not DPS anybody for a second. Just get your nano. Get your nano. Nano Zarya right away. Nice. Good play. And I run in circles. This is fine now. Position is going out the window right here because you're just trying to survive and distract them as long as you. Wow, you clutch that. This is 4v5. Also, it's okay if they get you right there, by the way. You know what? All things considered, considering your DPS lagged out early on in these overtimes, that was very well played. This is Silver. You played that well. You know, obviously, like, there's moments where I commented on what you probably can improve on that one, but I was happy with that one, so. All right, can you hold on defense? So far, it's still 4v5. Or will you lose this? Let's see what we got here. Other team went Bastion, Zen. Your tank's not going to have fun. And Winston. So Winston's pretty good against Zarya, but there is a Reaper on your team, which could be okay, but that you don't have the Bastion. Be careful here. You were so hard focused on trying to DPS there that rather than focus on good position, and you went for DPS mode. And that's what you don't want to do. All right? You said they're dead either way there because of the Winston is jumping into them. That's why you don't position there to begin with. They think about where the teammates are. There's no one there that you're assisting. You're just up there by yourself. And that all starts with the position and then over peeking after that. Be careful here. Oh, there's the... Oh, that might be it. That might be it. This is nothing to do with positioning now. Damn. You know what, though? It was a close game. I will say, like, overall, for that being 4v5 on this part of the map, I feel like you played that fairly well towards the end there on that situation. But yeah, my take on all this is you really need to focus on, like, finding that balance between damage and healing. You talked about, oh, I did 10,000 damage and I did 15,000 healing. But, like, if you watch this back, you're going to see that, like, half the time you were just doing... Like, you had more opportunity to finish with good damage and a little bit more healing. And you had moments of great position, and then you had moments where you just ran at people in a straight line and didn't worry about the team fight. Like, I think if you watch this back, focus on being patient with your honor grenade in your sleep, work on your positioning, and stop, like, it is fine to damage as support. We know that. But you also need to find that balance, because that was not the perfect balance of that. You just kept over and over again trying to find ways to do the damage, and while leaving your teammates at no HP, and your teammates would just fall over. And the same thing happened over and over and over and over again. Overall, I mean, it wasn't bad, but that's what I saw. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to all 3 channels if you haven't. All 3 YouTube channels. A lot of awesome videos on there. We record these live on stream. As you can see, that's the Twitch chat below right there. So make sure to stop by the stream. We also have been streaming on like YouTube and all that. So make sure to stop by if you haven't yet. Thank you a ton for watching. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. My Discord's right there. And with that being said, I hope you have an amazing day / night.